I know, I know, I know. I mean, I did give you a warning, but I said I was gonna cut it short. You know what happened? You know what happened? He cut it short. The barber cut it short, and I was like, man, cause my hairline is like up here. It's like up here. So how do I make this? So I was like, it was looking ridiculous. I was like, no, I need to cut it all off. So I've kind of just accepted that this is the new look going forward. I think my hair is done. I think my hair is done. My mom is like, no, like, you still have hair, you're just being dramatic, I'm like, Mom, it's over. The thing is, when I had all that hair, it was a lot, so I could conceal how deep the hairline actually was. Well, to an extent, I think it was still evident, but it didn't look as bad as it did when it was like lower. And I couldn't like pull some of it over. So I was like, man, I'm not doing this. So I'm gonna grow the beard out. I'm not shaving. I shave my neck. The neck hair just looks untidy, but I'm trying to grow out the rest. So that I can, have a beard and a bald head. And that would be me. Some people get the hair plugs and whatnot. I'm not going to do all that. I'm just going to keep it low maintenance. The issue with my beard is that it's not a full beard anymore. So like I'm on the sides at least. So I don't know if I'm going to keep the side stuff. I just want to grow it out and see how it looks. I'm going to shave the neck. I'm going to try and keep it kempt. We'll see. But more likely, I think most likely it happens, I must just grow up like this area somehow. Big beard here. And one of those ones. And I'll shave the sides and shave the neck. But yeah, it's my head. Oh man, it's tough out here. But yeah, I'm not too mad at it though. You know, it's okay. I don't look terrible. You know, you see me in the street, you're not gonna be like, damn. I look like just a regular bald guy to anyone else on the street if you haven't seen me in here, you know. So I'm part of the bald community, you know. I'm gonna shave every Sunday, once a week. I'm not going to no barber to shave my head. I don't like going to the barber. I went to the barber yesterday. It smells in there, very loud, very busy. Very expensive too. Well, yeah. So I'm like, I'm not doing all that. When I use my Manscaped, I was thinking of buying another shaver. Guys, I've been using the same Manscaped shaver since 2021. I use it, listen, you're not supposed to do this, but I wash it, so, you know, it is what it is. I use it for my armpits, I use it for my beard, I'm gonna probably use it for my head too. This is TMI, but I'm supposed to use it for my groin, but I'm like, I don't need to shave my groin. Not now at least. They say it can be risky if you're sexually active and you got this bush. You can you can hoard diseases in your bush, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not sexually active, nor do I want to be, so I like my bush, you know, it's not getting in the way. It's not bothering me. It's not uncomfortable. It's just my bush. It's my bush. My bush. my bitch. Yeah, like I said, TMI, but it's like I gave a warning, so I think it's okay to say if you give people a warning. But yeah, I'm not super into shaving up. Yeah, okay, let's move on from that topic. When I'm married and I'm having sex, I might, if she's like, oh no, you have to shave, maybe I might, but I'm like, it's not really getting in the way, is it? Because I have so much to shave. I have to shave my beard, I have to shave my head. Every now and then I have to shave my armpits. I have to shave my bones. It's like a lot of shaving, guys. I'm a hairy guy, you know, like just let me be hairy. Damn. It's shaving. Like just, I feel like, okay, well, let's move on to something else. I might have to go to the bank today. I might have to go to the bank because Amazon keeps sending me these teeny payments in my book. Like teeny payments, like cents. Like so if you think in US currency, like tiny amount, like tiny cents to my bank account. But it's like splits the payments off, like one payment for a few cents, another payment for a few cents, another payment for a few cents, and then they all come at once. And you know, that's my business. But my bank keeps calling me like, who's paying you? Why are they paying me this much? It says Amazon on the statement. They still ask me this, yada yada. And it's like, if I don't pick up the phone, they'll block my card because they'll think, I don't know, if someone's sending money into my account, they'll think it's some like illegal activity or something. I don't know. And it's very invasive. I feel like it's none of your business who's paying me money. Please leave me alone. Something, and they were saying that I have to like fill in some form if I want them to stop calling me every time Amazon sends me money. I'm like, this is not sustainable because let's say I start getting serious payments from Amazon, like big money. That's the goal, right? One day. I don't want these clowns calling me all the time. I don't want to fill in some form either. My mom said I might, if I join another bank, there's this bank that she's a part of called Capitec, and there's also another one called FNB. She was saying that if I join those two banks, I would have to deal with this. We'll see, I don't know. We'll see. I'm still getting calls about this nonsense. I wonder if I lived in the States and it was with an American bank, would I be having these issues? Would Amazon still be doing this clownery, this tomfoolery? If you don't know, I live in South Africa, so I wonder if that's why these payments are coming in the way they're coming in, because it's a foreign bank sending money to. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to deal with all this. This is too much. I don't know why Amazon does this. I get payments from Google, from YouTube, all the time, every month. One payment is not split up. I mean, I get it with Amazon, it's like different stores. I mean, yeah, okay, look. So they'll be like, so if someone buys my book in the UK, it counts that as its own store that it was bought from. And if someone buys a book in the US, and someone buys a book in Canada, and France, whatever, it sends payments from each of those individual places instead of sending it as one. It complicates things. So I guess it is different from YouTube in that sense. But yeah, it's still annoying though. I don't know. So maybe even if I was living in the US with a US bank account, it'd still be the same problem. Maybe. I don't know. If by chance anyone has sold ebooks before on Amazon, let me know if you run into the same issue. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. You know, I'm liking this blog look. I just feel free. You know, one of the issues of having hair is that you have to maintain your hair. With the bald head, it's very low maintenance, except for the shaving. But like I said, I'm gonna shave every Sunday, and I'll be good, I'll be Gucci. What's the beard? I think with the beard I'll look nice. I'll look okay. I was gonna say something before I got distracted. This is why you should just keep your train of thought and not get distracted. Go on random tangents, man. Well, that thought is gone. I can't even recall it anymore. I'm trying to think, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Oh, I was going to talk about the community tab. I love posting on the community tab, but sometimes I'm like wondering, no, you don't want to? Like this. Lawnmower in the distance, hopefully I can drown that out with triggers. You know what I'm trying to like do? I'm trying to, because you know sometimes I have periods of time I'm pretty active in the community tab and times I'm not. Most channels, the vast majority of channels, just use the community tab for like channel updates. Hey guys, this is the change to my post schedule. Hey guys, new video. Hey guys, this. Hey guys, that. Hey guys, I'm not going to be able to upload because I'm on vacation or whatever. I'm just random thoughts. I'm like, oh my god, I have caramel sauce and it keeps hardening. It doesn't stay in its liquid form. What is this? It was very upsetting. That was the sort of stuff I post. I'm like, but I like it. I feel like, you know, it's such an interesting way to engage with the audience because it's interactive. People get to comment. You get to go back and forth with people. It gets spicy on there sometimes. I like it. I like it, and I want to be more active, but I just want to be consistent with it too. And I think it gives a different channel experience. I think that how you interact with me won't be how you interact with most other channels. I just feel like most other channels don't do that. And it sets me apart, and I just enjoy it. I really do. So I think I'm gonna do that, to be honest. Just be more active in the community. So just post. Sometimes I'm like, it's like so much, but I just feel like I should just go in, just be myself, do what I want to do. It's my channel. And I don't think there's such a thing as too much. I can post 100 times a day if I want to. I mean, it's a lot, but at the same time, that's what I want to do. I don't think it's gonna lose me subscribers, depending on what I post. If it's like, you know, it's just me just giving random thoughts on random things and whatnot. Obviously, I'm not posting 100 times a day. I don't plan on doing that. Just hypothetically, if I did, I really don't think it would make me lose subscribers. I think that most people would just mute me so that they don't have to see all my community tab posts. But, you know, even then, I don't think that many people would mute me. I just don't. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just crank it up. Because sometimes I want to share some stuff. I'm like, yeah, I already posted once today. And I'm like, post again. It's engagement, man. It's engagement with the audience. It's fun. So yeah, I'm figuring out that the key to, so I'm also active on X, and one of the things people do there is that there's actually a pathway forward in terms of growing your account on X. You have to be very active because now it's paying people. People are getting paid, and it's like they're getting paid thousands and thousands of dollars. Some people are actually getting paid $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, depending on how active you are and what sort of engagement you get. So this is like for some people their full-time gig, just posting online. on X, which is crazy. The world is changing, guys. People need to wake up and realize this. Things are changing and they're changing rapidly. And the ways to make money are changing. So you need to be alert to all these sort of things and start seeking opportunities in places you didn't think you'd have to look. Some people are becoming full-time social media influencer, poster people literally getting paid to post on X. I wouldn't recommend making that your main squeeze, of course, like that's the only thing you do for income. Like imagine like being like, dude, if you're earning $6,000 a month on X, that's crazy. At the end of the year, you 6 times 12. What is 6 times 12? So 6 times 10 is 60 plus 66, $72,000 a year. Let's see if that's accurate. Was that maths right? I think it was right. I'm not great at maths. Don't judge me. 6,000 times 12. Yeah, I was right. 72,000. 72,000. $72,000 a year as your salary is not bad. It's actually pretty good, I think. I'm not sure what the cost of living in some parts of America are. Let's say in America it's $26,000. I'm pretty positive that you're well above the average, right? I think the average income in America is like 30-something thousand dollars. Let's see. Average salary in America. $63,795 per year. $63,795 per year. So you're like $72,000 over the X alone, which is great. You can probably support a family, do this and do that, right? But again, you don't want to hedge all your bets on a social media platform. But then again, you don't hedge your bets on your income at your job either, because businesses can close down. Also, things can happen. You want to diversify. You want to have multiple streams of revenue. So maybe getting a property that you can rent out to people, investing in the stock market. There's so many things you can do. Starting another business on the side. But it's a great way to just give you a launch pad into other things. Like with me, with this YouTube channel, I'm planning on growing this YouTube channel. I'm growing slowly but surely, which is nice. And my plan is to use this channel as a launch pad into other things. As it grows and grows and grows, I can plug my books, I can plug my music, I can plug whatever I've got going on, and just keep going on from there. I really want to move to the States. And I just feel like the opportunity will be even bigger there, and I can expand. Yeah. I was watching this video. This lady was leaving Canada and going to Bulgaria. But that's her plan at least. She's still waiting for her papers, but she's leaving Canada because Canada is not doing great, guys. Not doing great. Anyone from Canada who's watching right now, let me know. Canada is not doing so great right now. A lot of people are leaving. The good news is Justin Trudeau is more than likely going to get voted out. People have had enough of this shit. So they're going to vote him out, and probably Pierre, let's Google this guy. I don't even know how to say his name. Pierre Poilievre? How do you pronounce his name? Pronunciation. There's an ad on my phone. Ad for a chocolate bar. No, it's pronouncing.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of Canadian politician who served as Minister of State for Democratic Reform from 2013 to 2015 and Minister of Employment and Social Development in 2015. How do you go about pronouncing his name? In French or in French Canadian, his name would be said as Pierre Poilievre. Pierre Poilievre. But if you find in English, you say his name as Pierre Poilievre. Pierre Poilievre.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. Pierre Poilievre. Pierre Poilievre. Or Pierre Poilievre. Pierre Poilievre. Pierre Poilievre. He's probably going to be the next Prime Minister of Canada. He seems like he has a good head on his shoulders. He seems way more competent, worlds more competent than this clown Justin Trudeau. I feel like a lot of people voted for him just because he's young and handsome. These are the downsides of the system where everyone gets to vote. Everyone gets to vote. Anyway, he's on his way out. Justin, good riddance to him. But in the meanwhile, he's doing a lot of harm to Canada, and people are leaving. So this one woman was saying that she's going to Bulgaria, which is interesting. She's raised in Canada, I believe, but is originally from Ukraine. She speaks Russian. She can read and speak Russian. Bulgaria is a Slavic country, so she feels like there's similarities between it and Ukraine, and she just feels like she would fit in there, you know? She feels like she wouldn't be too out of place there. She says it's got super fast internet, it's safe. I googled its economy, it's regarded as like an upper mid-income economy, so you know, they're doing good, and pretty sure it's pretty safe in terms of crime and all this sort of thing. It's definitely safer than Canada, and you don't have to worry about the drug problem or this or that. So and cost of living as well is pretty decent, but she also has the privilege of earning in dollars. She earns in US dollars and Canadian dollars. I think those countries have stronger currencies, so it's going to go a long way in Bulgaria. It's going to go a super long way in Bulgaria, so, you know, she's going to be flourishing. But yeah, she's moving over there. And it's Bulgaria, so when people go, what Bulgaria? What countries are? But I think people need to think outside the box, man. Like, you need to stop considering countries that you would have never considered before. Because the world is changing, and countries like Canada are falling apart. Hopefully, we pray that they're restored to their former glory. But you know, when you're someone that's moving and you don't want to wait, you don't want to sit and hope, you just want to be proactive. And you're like, where do I move? Because you're looking around and so many countries in the European Union are falling apart. So many countries that used to be great are not doing so hot right now. Yeah, you're going to have to think outside the box because there are great places to live, but you just have to be willing to try new things and get past preconceived notions. There are many countries in Eastern Europe that are pretty good, that a lot of people are flocking to. They're being treated nicely there and they're just having a good time. It's very peaceful and you don't have to worry about a lot of things you worry about these days when you're in countries like America and Canada and the UK. It's sad what's happening to the UK, by the way, to England in particular. Oof. It's sad what's happening there. I think it's just a mess. And look, these are complicated issues that can become very contentious, but I think we can talk about them with grace and with an understanding. So, you know, one of the things that people like to talk about is the concept of cultural integration. One of the things that makes the UK great is the culture, the British culture, and the ideas of it. You move there, you integrate into that, and you further those traditions, and you become a Brit, right? And you want to say, I want to live in Britain, you become a Brit. And you just uphold that British tradition, and everyone accepts you regardless of your skin color, wherever you're from, wherever you're coming from. People accept you just provided you become one of us. I think that's a reasonable request. Just keep the place the way you found it, and you'll have a great time. What we're seeing is the exact opposite. People don't respect the culture, and we're seeing a lot of cultural erasure. And in fact, people have an open disdain for the culture, and there's a lot of talk of reverse colonization. That's not my words. There's words that I've seen other people using on social media. There's this one girl that posted something that went viral, talking about we're the colonizers now, bitch. There's this Indian girl, because there's a stat that came out that I believe Indians own more property than native Brits, or something about Indians outperforming Brits in some very critical metric in the UK. So it's on track to becoming an Asian country, which is not what it is or supposed to be, That's not racist, that's just the truth, When I think about the UK and moving to the UK, I used to love the UK, by the way. I just feel like in recent years what I've been seeing hasn't been very encouraging, so I've kind of lost the admiration I used to have. When I think about the UK, I don't want to move to an Indian colony, No, I like British culture. If I'm going to a British country, I want it to have British culture, And that has nothing to do with race, guys. Culture is not a racial thing. You need to understand that. There are a lot of black Brits. There are a lot of Indian Brits. But these are people who've assimilated, who've embraced the native British in their ways, and respect their ways, and love their ways. And I think that's great. And many tourists go to Britain to see traditional Britain. They don't want to see what they're seeing now. So, people are leaving the UK as well, and they're going to other countries because they're just like, this is not my home anymore. This is not the place I grew up in. This is not the place my ancestors grew up in. Peace. It's just sad, but it is what it is. This is a tale that's always time. This is always happening throughout history. I wish it would stop happening. I wish we'd be more mature. But apparently humans are just a mess. So yeah, Asia. A lot of countries in Asia are getting pretty hot. Singapore has been hot for a long time now. And in fact, it's starting to be very restrictive in terms of who it lets in, because there's so much of a demand to get into Singapore that they're making it difficult for people to get in now. Very high standard of living. Extremely, extremely low crime. One of the lowest crime rates in the world. You'd be hard pressed to get robbed or scammed in Singapore. It's a very direct system, legal system, policing system there. It's just going to be nice. Singapore's new. I know Thailand is starting to open up. People are looking at bans Thailand. So it's Singapore, Thailand. There's another one that's becoming an immigration hotspot. One of these Asian countries. Japan and South Korea are nice countries, but I don't think that many people are going over there just because they're still very closed off. They're not really open to foreigners. I think Japan recently passed the pro-immigration bill, which is very controversial because they're not trying to end up like England, who we just talked about. They're seeing what's happening in England. They're seeing what's happening in America. They're like, we ain't trying to go through all that. So they're trying to keep the very, very, very strict immigration system. The issue with Japan is I think the immigration system is too strict. You need the type of system that rewards competent immigrant who is willing to assimilate and to contribute. When you have a system that kind of just shuts out everyone, that's not good either. I think in this world that's changing rapidly, you're gonna have to keep up. And Japan does not have the luxury of being closed off to the rest of the world when it is dying. It is one of the lowest birth rates in the world, and it is affecting it in so many ways. It's affecting its economy. I've talked about this at length, but that many countryside towns and villages are closing, literally closing because they don't have enough population to sustain them. Schools are shut down because not enough children are being born in certain areas, so they have to close down schools. Like villages are losing funding because they don't have enough taxpayers because they have low population. They have a housing crisis, which is not what you think. It's not they have too little houses. They actually have too many houses because people are not being born. So there's no one to fill up all these houses. But now the issue is these houses have to be maintained. Otherwise, they're just structures, just standing around taking up space, and that can be an issue as well. Japan is a mess, and South Korea is even worse. South Korea is even worse. So these countries don't really have the luxury of being like we're against immigration. Please. But you don't want to take the UK approach, the France approach, the Germany approach, the American approach, where you just let in anyone and everyone, you just let in the worst of the worst. You end up making a bad name for the countries they're coming from, which is not fair. You want to take the best so that you can paint all those groups in a good light, not a bad light. Because now people, when they see Somalians, they have a very negative image of Somalians because every interaction they have with Somalians is always negative because you're just accepting the worst of the worst from that country. But the reality is probably most Somalians are good people who not too bad, and you just want to accept the best of that group. Simple and plain. It's not complicated. So I think you should have a process that screens people and makes sure that they don't have any criminal history, and have a plan. What are you going to be doing in our country? Like, hey, you're in our country. What do you want to do here? Like, what's your plan? How are you going to be earning money? Where are you going to be staying with? Things like that. And, if you don't have a criminal record and everything is in order, let them in. Let them work. Let them contribute. They can take a few tests. Do you know the history of our country? Are you proficient? At least be out in English, first of all, because, English is an international language. Can you speak English? Japanese is a very hard language to learn, so I don't know if you should mandate everyone wants to go to Japan learning Japanese. You could try that, but look, it makes sense to say speak Japanese. Now, look, let me take that back. It makes complete sense to say learn Japanese if you're not come and live in Japan. But I don't know. It's an extremely difficult language to learn if you're from a country that is not Japan. Because even if you know Mandarin, I feel like the Japanese language is so different from Mandarin as well. So I don't know. Japanese is not a easy language for me. But the immigrants, there are a lot of immigrants that go to Japan that learn Japanese. So maybe, I don't know if mandating is good to say you must. No. You must be very proficient and pass all these tests, otherwise you're not coming in. Maybe. think it gives people incentive to actually learn before they get there. So maybe that's what they should do. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, in terms of Asia, I don't know if Japan and South Korea are options right now, as of right now. They're still very restrictive. But there are countries in Asia that people are going to. Let me look at Asian map so I can see Asian countries. Malaysia, yes, Malaysia is pretty popular right now. How could I forget Malaysia? Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore. The Philippines, I'm not sure how many people are going to the Philippines. I'm not sure about Taiwan. I know for a fact that a lot of people are going to Singapore, a lot of people are going to Thailand, a lot of people are going to Malaysia. I'm not sure about the Philippines, how many people it's attracting. But yeah, and then, like I said, Eastern Europe, Georgia. Bulgaria is kind of like southeastern. Is that right? I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Southeastern Bulgaria, Georgia. Let's say Eastern European countries. Eastern Europe. Romania. People going to Romania. Poland. I'm not sure how popular Poland is. It's a country we wouldn't expect. Albania. There's a shift, guys. There's a shift. People are just being like, you know what? I need to leave. And these are the countries they're going to for various reasons. Tax. The lady who was moving from Canada to Bulgaria, one of the reasons she gave is tax. She pays a 10% tax rate. In Canada, I'm sure it's much higher because it's a socialist hellhole at this point. So her taxes through the roof in that country. In Bulgaria, she's going to be paying 10%, which is a big improvement. There's parts of South America people are moving to. Colombia, which is not a country you'd expect, but it's growing. Bogota, which is a city in Colombia. So, people need to understand there's pockets of a country that can be really good and really well managed. And they attract investment and they attract immigrants. And Bogota, which is a city in Colombia, is attracting people. El Salvador is becoming very, very, very popular. The crime rate has plummeted. It is now the safest country in the Western Hemisphere. No exaggeration. It's very safe now, which is making it very attractive for people to move to. Even parts of Africa are getting better. Tanzania, which has Zanzibar as part of the country, is opening up and people are moving there. Namibia, Windhoek, and a few other places in Namibia are getting popular. South Africa, yeah. There are people moving to South Africa, like Cape Town, and I guess parts of Johannesburg as well. I'm trying to leave South Africa, but there are people coming in. But yeah, the world is opening up now. You got emerging markets, as they call them. Country that you didn't really look at before. People are starting to look at now, investing in them, and these countries are growing and things are changing. And I think the world is going to look a lot different than it used to. What we've known for the past century or so, or the past couple centuries, these established powers like the European powers and whatnot. Hopefully they stay great and you just have other countries elevate to that level. But it might be a thing of they kind of diminish and then other countries come up that weren't in the limelight previously. And that's always been a thing, Empires rise and fall. That's just been the way of the world for I don't think it has to be a thing of one coming up and the other going down. I think it can be a thing of. I think we can usher in an era of prosperity where pretty much every country is doing great, except the ones that don't want to. But I think we can see in America doing great, and the UK doing great, and all these countries in the EU doing great, and these Asian countries, and these African countries, and these South American countries. I think we can see them all doing really well. Hearing great news about Botswana, which is a neighbor to South Africa, it is doing great right now. It kind of just burst into the scene. You know, it did not have a remarkable economy, but all of a sudden its economy was rapidly growing, and they got this university that's just pumping out students who are being exported all around the world, and it's nice. It's nice to see. So in the next 10 years, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of interesting developments around the world in terms of countries that just we never used to think about, that all of a sudden on the forefront and people are. That's exactly what happened to Singapore. In the 80s, 70s, when did it emerge as a world economic leader? Around the 70s or 80s, I can't remember. But it was very poor just a few decades ago. Literally just a few decades ago, maybe 50 years ago. Very poor. All of a sudden, it's one of the leading economies in the world, one of the safest, richest, most technologically advanced countries in the world. And it did it in record time too, and it keeps growing. So, you know, the same can happen to a lot of countries. China was the same. It was not in a good place just a few decades ago. And one could argue that its current economic situation is kind of dicey, but, you know, it is leaps and bounds ahead of where it used to be. It is definitely one of the world leaders, and it's far ahead of where it used to be. So yeah, there's precedent for countries going from 0 to 100 relatively quickly. I think we're going to see a lot more incidents like that happening across the world. So talk about and do your research if you are trying anything. You have to think outside the box, because a lot of people like thinking about the typical countries they want to move to France and move to Germany or whatever. No, they're not doing great, guys. They're not doing great right now. Economically, there's some instability. Cost of living is crazy. They're going to tax you through your ass. They've got issues with immigration, issues with crime. Yes, there are places you could go where you don't necessarily experience crime and all these sort of things, but the cost of living is still going to get you. Taxes, all these sort of things are still going to get you. I wonder why is that moving up really better off. A lot of South Africans have moved to the UK, and then hundreds of thousands of them have been moving back to South Africa. So they go from South Africa to the UK thinking that the grass is green on the other side, and they're like, oh, damn, it is very expensive to live here. And then they come right back. They come right back because these places are changing. They're not what they used to be, man. They're not as full of opportunity as they used to be. And they can get back to it, but they have to have the will to get back to it. And unfortunately, they don't seem to have the will to restore things to the way they used to be. Oh well, we'll see what happens. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I might have to go to bed now. Yeah, if you're not videos are followed by if you're watching this right now, you can download the podcast space by spreading the purpose. Thank you for blessing this person with wonderful people in life and love them. Take care of them and bring the absolute best out of them. Thank you for continuing on to eventually the same thing. Thank you for blessing this person. with love and marriage, just stay in that love and marriage and making a very, very happy thing for those in this person with a spirit of gratitude so you can give thanks for all the wonderful things in life by giving thanks every time. Please continue and attract infinite blessings. Let your presence be felt in this person's life. And let your God, let your will, let your love, and let your reference. Good health, long life, and health, and misery. This person ever really care about in your mind. I thank Jesus, I pray. Amen.